Here at the Rye household on Sunday, September 28th, we are doing plant cuttings and stuff because it's good to trim your plants. How many of those plants are real plants? Answers in the comments below. How many of these two? Oh geez, there you go. How many of these two plants are real plants? Whoever guesses correctly gets a lesson. How many of these two? I don't know about this plant's positioning here. Let me see if I can. What do you think about this plant's positioning? I think this bowl is a little too big for this plant. So the reason I like recording videos like this is because it shows that, you know, when you have plants, it's kind of a responsibility, right? Like a lot of people don't like taking on responsibilities, but like if you own anything that's living, you have to be responsible for it, you know? That means you gotta trim it and realize its importance in your life. So we just took this thing's called a money plant in Pakistan. Can you see it? You can't even see it. There you go. Can you see it now? This thing? There you go. This thing's a money plant and it grows like crazy. So when it gets really long, the lazy person will just leave it growing long. The smart person that realizes the value, the aesthetic value of the plant and what it means to own the plant will trim it and give it some light and water and nutrients, right? We'll go to these two guys. Answer in the comments below which of these two is fake. All right, and then the last one. I did this one and I'm not very proud of it, but because the string is really too white. But this guy is now in the foyer of the house. I don't know if that's the correct word, but he's not gonna get very much light from this area. So we shall see. I love plants. I love plants enough to give up my regular routine to help pot and buy new plants. This guy right here, where is it? Here we go. This guy right here, he was absolutely massive. He took up half the table. It's a good time to spend with your friends and family too. Move around your plants. So things that I've been working on recently are a lot of music actually, a little bit of artwork, kind of flushing out Turabify art in a lot of ways. It's what is the emotion that you are evoking through the things that you create? How does it make you feel? How is it supposed to make people feel? What is the intentionality? From Rick Rubin's book, A Creative Act, I believe it's called. Free on Spotify currently as an audiobook. But he says, hey, your intention is all that really matters when it comes to the artwork, right? Because that's what shows through everything else. And so me and Matt were talking a lot about what is intention? What is the intention of the Turabify brand? Or at least the artistic aspect of it. And we came up with a bunch of words and you guys will be seeing stuff coming up. But if you want any of these paintings, let me know in the comments. Just like freeze the frame or like throw me or whatever. And then I'll upload it onto Turabify.com to purchase. Let me know. I also have a bunch of these guys. Absolutely massive paintings catching spider webs. Been a long time since I've been in this room. For those of you that are curious, also this right here is a game called Gloomhaven. I used to play it a lot more, but now don't have the time. I've also been working on my drum chops, my nunchucks. I turned that light off. No, I didn't. My drum chops, because we actually released an album. For those of you that do not know, the album is called Locus. And it is available on Spotify and all other places because I distro-kitted it. I distro-kitted it. And I'm very proud of that album. And if you haven't seen any of my music in general, go and check out Malchior and Ether and Parabol. Also a lot of fun and great music that I thoroughly enjoy listening to. But now let me show you the drum chops, the nunchucks. Let's see if I can give you a quick solo. Yeah, what do you think? I think my head's gonna be chopped off, but at least you'll get a picture of the drums. And I love playing drums, guys, right? Why work so hard if you don't have hobbies? I know I'm gonna have to give part of it up soon. I hope that didn't sound like shit, but let me see if it, oh, look at that. Cool. So, been playing drums. Love playing drums. Been eating some food, been contemplating working out more. And overall, fairly grateful for how life is turning out. What does this mean for your life? Well, if you don't feel like your life is what it's supposed to be, the only one you can blame is the person in the mirror every time. And it's always the funniest thing to see your reflection in everything that could be better. In the morning, in the evening, I was just talking to some interns at the volunteering Bright Smiles Community Outreach Coalition does a oral screening at least once a quarter currently. The impetus is, first of all, people get access to the resources, and second of all, they get an assessment that otherwise would cost them money and time. And there was some people there that were volunteering. And so I told them, I was like, dude, your acumen in life and in business is going to be directly dependent on who you are. Because the way you do something is the way you do everything, right? The way you do something is the way you do everything. John Wick. So you better try to do everything the way that you would do everything. You know what I mean? It's important, very important to realize that in life. And, you know, going back to Rick Rubin's book, A Creative Act, I believe that's what it's called, A Creative Act by Rick Rubin. I was told to give a slightly higher camera angle, so here you go. He talks about the concept of everything has a season, everything has a time that it needs to occur. And as a fairly spiritual person, I try to take that into account, because if I don't, I'll lack patience in the process. We're lacking patience, guys. Tremendous. Have patience in the process. It takes time. It takes a lot more money, a lot more energy and time than you think it will to make your dreams a reality. But hopefully that means that you are spending the time appropriately. And if you need help with that, hit me up. Let's see how many people got the fake plants right. Actualize your potential catalyst. This world needs you. Peace.